Okay, Nick, so I got your video, so I'll give you some tips, some pointers. When you're working on your side kick, there's a couple things you need to keep in mind. One is that arm movement has to precede the kick, okay? It's different than roundhouse. Roundhouse, the arm movement goes at the same time as the kick, all right? So again, I move my arms first and then I throw the side kick. So I move, I throw, and then I come down, as opposed to moving at the same time, okay? Very important, because what you're doing is you're moving the arm so you have clearance, so you can raise your knee up, all right? So if I'm moving at the same time, there's a strong likelihood that I'm going to be have too much tension here. I want to bring this back and then throw the kick, okay?
So notice here when you throw your side kick that you're moving your arm and kick at the same time. This will make it harder to kick higher with your side kick.
The other thing is make sure, be very clear about your hand position. When you're throwing the side kick, your lead hand pulls down, but your rear hand has to protect your face, like so, okay? Not only does it come up, but you can't drop it down too low because it's a shield. You need to protect your face. So I think when you're throwing the side kick now, it's going something like this. Make sure that you bring the hand up. So arms move first, then throw the side kick, okay?
Again, notice here, as you do your side kick, you expose your face to a counterattack. It's very easy for somebody to go ahead and punch you in the face when both your hands are down to your sides.
Okay, Nick, so the next thing we want to work on is your roundhouse kick. So there's some key points we want to work on. It's looking better. It's improved quite a bit, but there's little details we want to work on. So one of the biggest issues is that you're stepping in before you throw the roundhouse, as opposed to just throwing it straight from where you are. So just to kind of give you an example, you're here, your foot is stepping in, then you're throwing the roundhouse, which forces you to step back and recover back.
So you can see here, as you proceed to throw the kick, you step in and then proceed to throw the roundhouse kick. And as you see here, you have to recover by stepping back further again.
One of the key points you want to remember is, especially when you're doing bag work, is it's not just about the impact that you're sending into the bag, it's about range. You're training yourself how to understand the range between you and the target. So if you're always having to step forward, then you're not really training the full range of the kick and understanding when to throw it. You want to be able to fire off that kick at the correct distance at the correct time. And if you're constantly stepping in and out, you're not going to achieve that. You're always going to be off a little bit, okay? So it's always better to train with the bag work with that idea in mind, okay? The other thing is, because you're doing that, just a kind of key point, when you throw the roundhouse, your head's going back. So again, I'm here, I open, I step in, I throw, and then my head's back because I'm getting too close to the target.
So here, you step in to throw the roundhouse kick, but you're too close, and so you have to lean back as your foot comes down and you recover, exposing your face.
Whereas if I just throw it from where I am, I can stay straight in.
So notice here, when I throw my roundhouse kick, I do not step in. I just pivot my left foot, throw the roundhouse kick, allowing me to stay upright and recover properly without exposing my face to a counterattack.
Okay, so that's important because, as you know, I'm all about recovering from a strike, protecting yourself, all right? And you have to really work with those little details. So that's very important. So keep those things in mind when you're doing your roundhouse kick. Okay, Nick, so the other thing you want to work on is not to telegraph your strike. When you're throwing the roundhouse kick, you're telegraphing, you're opening up your chest. So if your chest is here, when you throw it, you want to fire off the kick right away. You're actually opening up to kind of gain more force and then throwing the roundhouse kick. So in a fight, somebody's going to see you open up and they'll start to realize that you're about to throw that roundhouse kick and they can counter it much easier. So you always want your kicks to be imperceptible. You want them just to fire off straight from point A to point B.
So right here, as you start the roundhouse kick, look how open you are. Hands to the side, face completely exposed. As you throw the roundhouse kick, somebody can counter you at this precise moment.
Right? So case in point, I'm gonna step back a little bit. You're gonna face like you're facing somebody fighting, okay? So you're here, when you throw the roundhouse, you're opening up like that before you throw the roundhouse. So everybody knows when you're doing this, the roundhouse is going to come. What you want to do is you want to keep your hands here and just fire it off. Okay? So from here, it just goes straight. There's no opening. You just fire it straight off. Okay? All right. So that's really important because you want to be able to hit really fast, and the fastest way to hit is if they don't see it coming. Okay? So be very careful. All these details that I'm going over with you are not going to be really for you to see when you're hitting the bag, okay? Because the bag doesn't fight back. But when you fight, they're going to make a huge difference, okay? In your reaction time and your opponent's reaction time. So it's really crucial that you find those things and be aware of it, okay? So keep working on it.